Where's the International Space Station? Right now, right this second, where is it? Well, in the next few minutes, you and I are going to work through a short Python project that will not only locate the space station, but we'll be able to plot its whereabouts on a map. And you'll be able to do this even if you've never coded before. The International Space Station is an incredible feat of engineering. It's orbiting the planet right now at around about 18,000 miles an hour, which means it takes about 90 minutes to orbit the Earth. But what we're going to do today in this project is locate it and plot its location on a map. And to do that, we're going to need several things. Now, this project's aimed at complete beginners, so you'll definitely be able to do this. We're going to need Python. We're going to need something called pandas. Now, don't worry if you've never heard of that before. You will find out what that is today. We're going to be using a Python package called Plotly, and we're going to have to use an API. Right, so let's get started. The first thing you're going to have to do is install Python onto your computer. Now, believe it or not, this is actually the most difficult part of the project because there are lots of different ways of installing Python onto a computer. The way I'm going to suggest you do it is using Anaconda. Now, if you already have Python installed or already have Anaconda installed, you can miss this bit out. But if you don't, I'd like you to go to anaconda.com where you will see this page here. Click on Products or hover over Products and then select Individual Edition. When you've done that, you will see this download here. Click on that and download the Anaconda that's appropriate for your system. You have the choice of Windows, Mac or Linux, and if you have a 64-bit system, which you probably do, then choose that. Now, rather than me going through the installation instructions for 3 different sets of Anaconda, it's probably best that you follow these instructions here, and I've popped the link in the description. Once Anaconda is installed, then we're pretty much good to go. To install Plotly, you need to go to your Anaconda PowerShell if you're on Windows or your Anaconda terminal on a Mac. So I'm on a Windows system, I'll show you how to do it on a Windows system. It's quite similar on a Mac. So just look for PowerShell in the search bar and you'll get something like this. And we will open that. Let's just bring that over here. I'd like to tell you a little about today's sponsor, Brilliant. Brilliant is a learning platform that specialises in teaching maths, science and computer science, and I think you'll really like it. One of the things that I like about it is its interactivity. So you don't just sit there passively having information fired at you. You're interacting with the concepts right from the word go, which makes learning a very active process, and that's the best way to learn. All the time, this is deepening your understanding of the concepts that are being taught to you. And then when you get to the end of a topic, you're asked lots of different questions. Now, these questions really make you think deeply about the subject that you've just covered and the topic that you've just learned. And that further deepens your understanding of whatever it is you're learning. I'm a physicist, and there have been many times in my career when I've either had to learn new concepts very quickly or go over old topics that I haven't covered in years, and a platform like Brilliant would have been perfect for me. To find out more about Brilliant, click on the link in the description, and the first 200 people to sign up using that link will get 20% off an annual subscription. And then simply in this terminal, just type in conda install -c plotly and return, and that should install Plotly, which is the plotting package that we're going to need in order to be able to create the map in which we want to plot the location of the space station. So that's all the setup that's required, and now we'll write the Python code to do what we want to do. Oh, and just to add, you might get asked whether you want to proceed in this process. Just click yes or Y and then carry on, and then you should be ready. Once it's installed, keep your terminal up. Don't close that box because we're going to use it in order to set everything in motion. So let's do that now. In your terminal, I'd like you to write Jupyter, Jupyter, and then notebook. And that should then open up a page in your browser. When it does, you'll see something like this, although yours might be empty because I've already got a file here. What I want you to do is go to New, and on Python 3, or where it says Python, click on that and you're going to create a new Python browser. Now up here where it says Untitled, click on that and let's just give it a name. So let's say Space. And then here we have a brand new Jupyter notebook, which is where we're going to write the code to locate the space station. Last thing now, before we write any actual code, I just want to tell you what an API is. An API, which stands for Application Programming Interface, is the way that computers share data with each other over the internet. And we're going to be using an API to find out the coordinates of the International Space Station so that we can take those coordinates and translate them into a location on a map. And let me just show you, if you go to this link here, opennotify.org, this link is in the description by the way, this is the OpenNotify API, and if you have a look here it tells us a little bit about what the API does. And if we click on this link here, you'll see that we get some information here. Now this information says, it's got these curly brackets and it says ISS position, and then we have a colon and we have some more curly brackets, and then we get a latitude and then a number, longitude number, message success, and timestamp equals this number here. Now this is a timestamp in seconds, which isn't that useful to us, but Python will be able to convert this to something a little bit more useful. So when we make a call to the API, when we ask the program that we're going to write to contact this API, it will receive this information and then it'll translate this information into something that we can see visually on a map. So that's what we're actually doing. That's what's going on here. So we're going to have to take this URL and give it to our Python code so that our Python code can do something with it. So that's what's going on. So let's get started then. So let's go on to our Jupyter notebook, and we're going to have to do a few things first. We're going to have to import a few packages into Python, into the code that we're writing, so that Python has these functions, it has this functionality that it can call on in order to be able to do what we want it to do. So let's have a look now. The first thing we're going to do then is we're going to import pandas. Now pandas is a very useful data analysis tool that's going to help us to be able to do what we want to do. So, and it's used a lot by data scientists. So import pandas as PD. Now don't worry if you don't understand everything that we're doing. You know, it's a beginner's project. You're not going to understand everything. The important thing is just to get it working and to see what it can do, and then explore how we've done it later, because that's a much better way to learn than just to try to learn everything first out of context. So you'll see that we're doing something here, and then you'll be able to work backwards and see what we've done. So we've imported this package called pandas that's going to do something for us. We also need to import Plotly. So let's do that. We'll import, whoops, if I could spell it properly, import plotly.express as px. And that's it. That's all we need to import. To run this cell, you need to press Shift and Enter. So if we do that, as it runs, you'll see we move on to the next cell here. And now this is where we can start to write our code. So we're going to create a variable. And a variable is just something that stores some information. In this case, it's going to store a URL. So we're creating this variable and we're giving it the name URL. And we're going to put it equal to the link where we get the information. So do you remember we had that link where we got the latitude and longitude values? Well, that's the link we're going to give it, which is this page here. So let's take this link and we'll copy that and we will paste that in between our single quotation marks here. So what we're saying is this is the URL that we want pandas to read and to do something with. So we will now press Shift and Enter and execute that. Okay, now we're going to create another variable and we're going to call this df, which stands for a data frame. And we're going to put PD, now PD relates to this package pandas that we've just imported, pd.read JSON. Now, the reason we're saying read JSON, JSON, is because the file type that returns the information in that URL that we've just put in to the variable, it comes back as a JSON format, which is just a type of file, and we need to read that in. So we're going to put URL. And if we press Shift and Enter now, and we type df and we press Shift and Enter, you'll see that we have some information here that we can use. We have latitude, longitude, we have position, message success, and we have a timestamp. And that timestamp, which was not that useful to us in the format that it was delivered by the API, has been converted to the actual date and time that it is right now while we're doing that. So this is quite useful, but it's not in the form that we want it to be in order to plot it easily. So we're going to change the order around a bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to type df, which relates to this data frame that we've created, this variable df, and I'm going to call something latitude. Okay, and I'm going to make that equal to df.loc, and I'm going to say latitude, comma, ISS position, close quotation marks, and that's the end of the line. And then I'm going to type df longitude, d equals df.loc, longitude. Now just copy down everything that I'm doing as I do it, and ISS position. Okay, and then we're going to have df.reset, reset index in place equals true. Okay. Let's run that by pressing Shift and Enter. So what have I done here? Well, we had this original data frame and it had done a good job. We've got the information into this variable that we wanted. But in order to plot it, we need it to be laid out slightly differently. So what I've done here is I've created a new column called latitude, and this new column is going to take the value of latitude and position here, so it's going to give us this number, and that's what we want it to be. And then I've done the same thing with longitude. So instead of having it laid out this way, we're going to have it laid out with latitude and longitude as actual columns in this data frame. And you can think of a data frame as an Excel spreadsheet for now. It can be a little bit more complex than that, but right now, as you're just being introduced to this concept, it's a good way to think of a data frame as an Excel spreadsheet. And if you visualize it like that, it'll be a good sort of way of seeing and imagining what it is. So that's what we're doing. And here we're just resetting the index because we don't want latitude and longitude being the index. We want a new index. And now if we have a look at this data frame, you can see that we now have latitude and longitude here as columns, which is what we wanted. But we don't really want the index here, the old index. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say df, so our new data frame is going to be equal to the old data frame, but we're going to drop a few of those columns because we don't want them. So we're going to drop the index column, and we're going to drop the message because we don't need that in order to be able to plot our data. And we're going to do that along the column axes. So we're going to do it as we go down. And now if we look at the data frame, we'll see that we have just the information that we want. And this is now something much easier to plot. So let's carry on now. We can start plotting. And to plot it, we're going to use Plotly, which is the package that you installed. And it's really quite easy. So we're going to say fig, because we're plotting a figure. We could call this anything, but let's call it fig equals px. Now px is just our way of accessing all of the functionality that we've imported here into Python. Px dot scatter underscore geo. So we're going to do a scatter plot, a sort of a geographical scatter plot, if you like. And we're going to be using our data frame, and the latitude value is going to be equal to the latitude column in our data frame, and the longitude is going to be equal to the longitude column in our data frame. And that's it. That's all we need to do. There are other parameters that we could use to control exactly how we want this to look, but for now this will do the trick. So if we type fig.show, open brackets, close brackets, and we run that, and we wait, this is what we see. We see a map, and here you can see we have a little dot, and this is the location of the ISS, the International Space Station, and we have the latitude and longitude, and that's it. That's how you can use Python and an API in order to plot the location of the ISS. Now there's more that you could do, but I think you can see how powerful Python is. With just a few lines of code, we've managed to map the location of the International Space Station.